Yeah, this music loop is a lot shorter than I thought it was. And it's only like 4 measures. That's the only part that loops. Well, that was a mistake. Let's pick something else. Well, that's even shorter. Well, hi. Welcome to tonight's stream. It's gonna be a bit of a short one. Bit of, you know, kind of a low-key one. We're not gonna do all that much. Not gonna be finishing Paper Mario. Not even gonna be doing the Pit of 100 Trials today. We're just gonna be wrapping up some loose ends and maybe doing a bit of collecting. But before I get started on that, I would like to show something that I was working on today. Let me go ahead and pull it up real quick. Does this have to be, like, up for me to capture it? Well, there's Fama Tracker. That's something I could start with. Alright, well, let me start by talking about Donkey Kong Land. Now, it may not seem like all that remarkable of a thing to talk about. It's a port. It's not even a port. It's kind of just a basic version of Donkey Kong Country that they put on the Game Boy. Again, nothing terribly fancy, but it is original. You know, they put a new twist on things, and while it's far from perfect, it is interesting, and worth a try if you ever get the chance to play it. So, one thing that I found particularly fascinating about that game was its soundtrack, and how it, rather than just lifting a bunch of songs from Donkey Kong Country and making them into chiptunes, they made a mostly original soundtrack. So, something that I've been wanting to do is to take this, you know, Game Boy soundtrack and kind of turn it into something on par with the Super Nintendo. Such as, well, let me just demonstrate what I mean. So here's the snow level music from Donkey Kong Land. Try and find the beginning of the song. I'm still not entirely proficient with Fama Tracker, but I do my best. So this is what it sounded like, roughly. This is kind of a rough port job. Like, there's no easy way to mess with Game Boy music, and some information is going to be lost in the transition. Apparently there's, like, echo effects that can happen on a Game Boy sound chip that you can't replicate in a NES sound chip, but this is the easiest way to manipulate a song from a Game Boy game. So let's just hear it as if it were a Super Nintendo thing. Whatever. Alright, I'm already noticing a few inaccuracies here. I actually think I can just go ahead and play the original. Let me see here. Donkey Kong Land. I think that was track number, like, 16 or something. So yeah, let's hear and see what may or may not be missing. Percussion sounds a little different, doesn't it? And the bass, like, triangle wave is, well, the beat. Hang on a minute. Let me go ahead and spit that out about the Game Boy. The Game Boy sound chip has no triangle wave. I don't know why. Maybe they thought it would be kind of a waste because you wouldn't be able to hear it very well, if at all, on the Game Boy speakers. So it's just 3 pulse waves and a noise channel. And maybe, like, oh, what do you call that other thing? DPCM? I don't know what that means, but that's another channel you have to work with. But you get the idea. So I took, I basically just, oh god, this is an unnecessarily complex chain of events that led to what I'm working with right now. What the fuck? Okay, I accidentally pressed the Xbox button on my stupid Xbox controller, which whatever. It's easy enough to close out of. So, I started with a Game Boy audio file. I put that into an extractor program that turned it into something that can be read by FamiTracker, which is what you see here. Not 100% accurate, again. So then I took that and exported that as an NSF, and then I used yet another program, NSF to MIDI, to try and send that as a MIDI into my DAW here. Which, can I capture that yet? There it is. So, oh god, always with the windows being so gosh darn big. Yeah, LMMS is the name. It's pretty alright as far as free software goes. Now, that method that I just described didn't really work. The actual MIDI that I got was, like, horribly misaligned. It had stuff that was offbeat, maybe because this is a 3/4 song and not a 4/4 one. Also, the tempo was ridiculously slow, so all the notes were just really far out of time. So basically, I just ended up rewriting the entire song from scratch, which is not that difficult to do, considering that this is a very, you know, Game Boy soundtracks were not all that complicated compared to today's standards. And thanks to FamiTracker, I was able to isolate each channel and hear things like the harmony that comes in around this point. Which might be a little bit difficult to hear when it's running alongside all of this. Of course, I also upped the volume to make it a bit more audible. That sounds like a redundant statement, but anyway. So this is what I've got so far. I'm not done working on it, but this is basically just a transcription of a Game Boy song with Super Nintendo instruments. Here it is. So, yeah, I'm not done with this. I could just upload it as it is, but, with my music channel, when it comes to things like, everything that's not a mashup, basically, stuff where I'm actually editing the notes and kind of putting my own spin on things, I want to include at least a little bit of originality when I do this sort of thing nowadays. Gonna go ahead and close this because I'm done with it. Let me load up an example. Actually, let me go ahead and load up, like, my favorite example. One of my favorite projects that I've made in, that I made with this sort of approach before. If I can just find it. Let's see here. Alright, this is probably it. Whoa! Uh-oh. It does not recognize the sound fonts that I'm using. Yeah, that's not good. Oh, geez. Yeah, all of these links are broken because I transferred them over to my new computer. Okay, I'll just play them in my audio thing, my foobar, and we'll just pretend that we are listening along in the editor. So that sounds pretty good, right? And for reference, let me go ahead and play you the original from Advance Wars. Actually, I don't think I have it on here. Okay. Okay, instead we're gonna listen to the Nintendo DS version. For the record, I think that all the Advance Wars themes were kind of degraded a little bit, downgraded a little bit in the swap from Game Boy Advance to Nintendo DS. That's just my opinion. Yours may differ. Now, the original themes that were created for the DS game sound great. I wouldn't want them any other way, but the Game Boy Advance versions, I think, sound better, generally. Anyway, so yeah, that was Olaf's theme from Advance Wars. You can kind of see the similarities, but where I twisted things around was by mixing it with basically the precursor to Olaf, a character named Roginski from the very first Famicom Wars, who, well, actually, no, this was Super Famicom Wars, but I digress. So he's also a Blue Moon national. That's the country they both hail from, Blue Moon. So this is basically, it was basically a Blue Moon fusion song that I made. This is what the Super Famicom one sounds like. Oh my god, that poor little MIDI guitar is just trying its hardest. But yeah, this... I wanted to make a remix between Olaf's theme and this, but this was just so goddamn basic. It would have felt really, really unsatisfying if I just made this with Game Boy Advance sounds. So that was pretty much the point in time while I was making this mix-up, this remix base. Shoot, what do you call it? I'll call it a fusion track, whatever. It's just a cheap track to make weak songs stronger. yeah, this was basically the point in time when I decided that I wanted to put a creative twist on things and make the remixes that I make better than the sum of their parts. You know what I mean? Like, between those three, I prefer my version the best, and that's how it should be each and every time. So by the time I'm done with this Donkey Kong Land project, I want it to sound far superior to the Game Boy version. And maybe even rival the Super Nintendo version, which the resemblance is not really going to be there. Oh Christ, that is not what I meant to click on. Sorry. That was super loud. So yeah, I'm not trying to imitate the one on Super Nintendo, but it should at least be somewhat comparable in quality in order for this to... in order for me to be satisfied. And that's just one track. I kind of want to do this to the entire soundtrack of Donkey Kong Land. Because it has so much good original music. It's got its own original boss theme. It's got a weird theme for the caves that maybe I could do something interesting with. It's got a some fantastic underwater music. 2 of them, in fact. That's not the right one. These things aren't marked, they're just given serial numbers, so it's really impossible for me to tell what I'm about to play. Anyway, this is one of them. One of the water themes. Kremlantis, I think it's called. Of course, it's hard enough to find information about, you know, ordinary game soundtracks. This is a bit of an obscure game on a very, very dated console. Like, who in the world is going to jot down soundtrack information for a Game Boy game? Me, that's who! I wonder if I can find it on VGMDB. There's some really underappreciated soundtracks on the Game Boy's game list. Shoot, my attention's divided right now, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't think anyone knows the name of this track. But because it features heavily in the world called Kremlantis from Donkey Kong Land, that's what I'm gonna call it. Yeah, even the Mario Wiki has no information for this. And funnily enough, this is the only one that has, like, a blank unknown in the soundtrack listing. Even some of the more obscure levels, like the skyscraper and blimp levels, it just says the music is building site and airship, respectively. Still waiting for people to roll in here, so let me see if I can find another image to spice up what we've got going on here with the moon. I really like the Starfield background, so maybe I'll just keep adding to it. Let me see if I can find some more celestial bodies. See if I can't find something just by typing in moon or star, perhaps. Well, this is not exactly what I was looking for, but sure. Nah, that's not what we're looking for. Let's try another star. Kirby Star Allies. Joke about presidential election and Star Wars. 5 stars, just a 5-star graphic that I have sitting around for some reason. I really don't know why I have this, but you know what? Sure. Star! Star Link. Kirby Star Allies. Ooh, this is a interesting thing that I found one time. Not really related to anything, but that's pretty cool. And I guess it's relevant because Star Trek Picard is a thing right now. I have no intention of ever watching it, but because I don't really feel like fooling with the CBS subscription thingamajig, or any of them for that matter. Not even Disney Plus. As much as I would like access to, like, DuckTales and such. Maybe someday. Never say never. Seeing a whole lot of, Starfire from Teen Titans images here, but that's neither here nor there. Star Crunch, the like, snack cake? Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. Do I really not have any pictures of, like, stars? Alright, let's try Moon instead. And try not to get results for Sailor Moon. Yep, Sailor Moon, Sailor Moon. That's all there is! Also, one image for Harvest Moon. Well, sure, fine. Let's just leave that there for the time being as we transition to Paper Mario. Because that's the game we're gonna play today. Go ahead and do it. Gonna go ahead and keep Foobar handy, because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need some extra music for today. Heck, I might even just mute the game altogether. As per usual, title music is unnecessarily loud. Wow, got all the crystal stars already. We're finally entering endgame territory. Alright, well, I guess I'll shut off the Donkey Kong Land music for now. I kind of feel like putting the Wario costume back on. So let's go with that. Alright, first things first. Let's clear out the Troubles board and unlock the last parlor game. Because if we're gonna get all the different badges, then we need to get started raking in those sweet, sweet Pianta earnings. Alright, got... how many is that? 5, 6? 6. Alright. Let's see... let's start with Gold Bob. Oh no. General White? Yeah, let's get this done and over with. I read about this ahead of time because I wanted to know how to get this particular, this particular quest done. And, you remember how much trouble General White gave us last week? Where we searched for, you know, through hell and high water trying to figure out where the hell he went? It's time for a rendezvous with that. It's gonna be the worst part of the entire game, right here. Let's just get it out of the way, like peeling off a fucking Band-Aid. Funny thing, wasn't General White, like, here at one point or another? Yeah, basically, in order to track him down, we had to go everywhere that we've been to previously. Ugh, gotta go back to Far Outpost as well. Well, if we're gonna have to do that, may as well get our fire on. And also, First Strike is gonna help. Let's see, no Jumpman. Because I want to take advantage of all this firepower here. Don't really need that right now. There we go, that's what I need. I don't know. Yeah, let's do that. all the power modifiers. Actually, you know what might help a little bit? Chill out. Yeah, let's go ahead and put that on, too. Golly, that fire drive is gonna do, like, 11 points of damage or something. Ah, right, there's no easy way to access that from here. Oh, jeez! Thank God I had the chill out badge, I guess. Why did it have to be a goddamn Koopa troll? Like, aren't Koopa trolls immune to freaking... Alright, you know what? Whatever. Let's pull a showstopper real quick. Almost forgot what those buttons were. Almost got it. Yes! Alright. This should do it. Out of here. Yeah, it's gonna be my emergency kill switch for much of the game. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. It's probably gonna come very much in handy when we get to the pit. Which, again, we're not doing today. We're not doing the Pit of 100 Trials just yet. Nor are we entering the 1,000-year door. Nope. We got other things that we need to do first. Do I have to go all the way back up? I think I do. Let me guess, it's all gonna be one big circle. We're gonna be following General White's footsteps all over the world until finally we end up back where we fucking started. And he'll have some stupid thing to say about it, like, oh, I didn't realize you were looking for me. Why didn't you just hang around and have some tea? I would have come back eventually. Yep, just, alright then. I need more of you to drop down. Alright, whatever. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, Yoshi, we haven't used you all that much recently, have we? Oh, come on! This is not a great start. Also, wow, yeah, Mario can do 12 points of damage just on his own right now. That's kind of nuts. Gotta go in zigzags. That's how you confuse him. Oh, not good enough, fellas. Actually, you would probably know where he is, right? No? I guess we have to go back to his, house? By the way, I've been walking all over the world, and I have yet to find, like, life shrooms for sale. Where in the world do I find those? It's kind of bothering me, honestly. Alright, you, what do you know? Going to the bar in Rogueport, whatever. I know Mario uses these pipes for fast travel quite a bit, but, what about the NPCs? Oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez. Like, do they just walk everywhere? How does General White get everywhere so goddamn quick? There's literally only 2 kinds of enemies in this entire location. Doesn't stop him from being annoying. Gotta be something interesting I can do while this is going on. This has to be... I've already said it, but I'm gonna keep on saying it for the sake of keeping the commentary going. It's just the worst. The worst, most boring part of the entire game. I should have done this off-stream. Why do I have to go back to Glitzville? It's like, not only is he in various places all throughout the world, he's also in the most tedious-to-reach places. Like, next they're gonna tell me to go to Twilight Town, because that's not a place I can get to quickly enough. No, alright, Twilight Town's not so bad. It's just Glitzville that's a pain to get to, along with Far Outpost. One has you going through enemies, this one has you going around in a blimp. Yeah, maybe some whimsical, New Super Mario Bros. Music will help or something. Wait, do I not have the New Super Mario Bros. Soundtrack? Huh. I feel like I should have picked that up a long time ago, but huh. Well, I'm not about to go out of my way to go and find it now. Although, despite the, you know, the flack that game gets, it's not too bad as far as soundtracks go. I'm talking about the original on DS, by the way. That's the primary one that I played. Jeez, you guys are just gossiping all over the place. Sorry, what? General White said he was going to Far Outpost soon, but first he had to meet Gold Bob or not meet him or something like that. So does that mean I have to go to Poshley Heights first? I guess there's no harm in checking. Hello, Angel. Angel M. Welcome to the chat. You have come at a particularly boring part of this particular game. I apologize. I'm gonna try to get through this as quickly as possible. I'm just trying to wrap up all the little side quests that this game has to offer before starting my conclusions tomorrow. Gonna be doing the Pit of 100 Trials to... Whoa. Mysterious vanishing blimp. Yeah, Pit of 100 Trials, gonna be doing that tomorrow, and then gonna be finishing the game next week. And this right here, tracking down General White a second time, is something I really should have done off-screen, off-stream, whatever. Because nobody likes pointless backtracking. Yeah, all things considered, I suppose that would be this game's greatest flaw. Is the... not really massive amounts of backtracking, but what backtracking there is definitely gets annoying. That was basically the entirety of Twilight Town. Was having to constantly go back and forth. Hey, at least I've got a quick and dirty way to burn everything. No, never mind. I was gonna equip something to restore my flower points, but it's not worth the trouble. Not worth the time. I'm trying to get this done quickly. Wait. I said I was gonna go to Poshley Heights, didn't I? Oh, no. Am I gonna have to go all the way back now? I got thoroughly distracted. Oh, no, 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 no. Well, that was my mistake. I should have paid closer attention to what the guy was saying. Oh, jeez. Sprouted right up underneath me. Alright, Ice Puff, sink. I demand you sink. Yes. Oh, no. Right, there was another one behind it. Oh, boy. That's not gonna be enough flower points. Alright. Emergency. Do we have anything that can help? Yes, quite a few things, actually. Yeah, sure, let's just use one of these. We're gonna be doing more cooking later anyway. May as well free up some inventory space. Huh? Boy, it does not take much to set those guys off in the audience. Oh, not quite enough. And Super Guard is not working as it should. I would love to use something like Sweet Feast right now, but Yoshi cannot do it on his own. Oh, no, 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 no. Get away from me. Alright, the other piranha is still here. Yep. They're probably just gonna be respawning the whole way through. Well, I guess one thing I could talk about, if I can stay focused for more than a minute, is music projects that I want to work on soon. I already talked about my desire to basically remake the Donkey Kong Land soundtrack using Donkey Kong Country samples and such. That alone is going to be quite a project if I decide to go all the way with it. Another thing I've been wanting to do is mess around with a Hat in Time's soundtrack. And that entails making mashups with the Hat in Time music and other things that I think it might sound good with. So, for example, got some music coming up in Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door. Yep, gotta go back to Far Outpost. There's a bit of music coming up in this game that I would very much like to mix with the, oh, what's the name of that track from A Hat in Time? Your Contract Has Expired? Snatcher's boss theme? Yeah, very popular. I think that one's gonna go over really, really well. If I can make it work. I kinda wanna make it into an extended medley, too. Ugh. Alright, maybe Yoshi can take care of this by himself. Well, he got close. That's good enough. Also, hang on a minute. Was I imagining things, or did the Koopa Trolls only have 6 HP? That doesn't seem right to me. You gonna be in here? Yeah, here we go. Yeah, only 6 HP. Wow. All you really need is the most powerful hammer and piercing blow, and you can take him out with one attack. Alright, so Hat in Time. Another thing that I wanted to play around with was killing two birds, which I think is something from the DLC. What was it? Death Wish. Like, I think there's a harder version of the Battle of the Birds boss fight, and that's where the song Killing Two Birds comes into play. A very, very pumping techno beat that I listened to and was immediately reminded of this techno track from the Kirby anime called Go Go Heaven. Which, if you've never heard it before, it's pretty amazing. Unfortunately, I think they got rid of it when they aired it in English, so that sucks. I don't think that's the first time that's happened with the music in the anime either. Now, come to think of it, that'd be a good subject for an entire video discussion, is all the differences between the different dubs of the Kirby anime. It's quite fascinating. Alright, you, wake the fuck up. I am so sick of chasing your ass around. I'm gonna throw Bobbery at you if you don't wake up now. Ugh. Yeah, on top of all the tedium, then they just twist your arm this last little bit with this goddamn, like, Monty Python joke that just goes on for way longer than it ought to. Oh no, it turns out he's still asleep. You'd better bonk him one more time. For the love of Pete, General White, I never want to see you ever again. Perhaps I'll go check on my cannon. You just have one? Oh, right. He's the one that owns the big cannon. That's why we had to go and find him before, because we needed his permission or something. Hello there. Having fun in the snow? I can't even do that. Not in this game, anyway. Before I go, let me make sure I'm not missing any treasures here. Alright, back to Poshley Heights. Let's see, I can't remember... But I did have other ideas for a Hat in Time soundtrack for mashups to make. If I actually load up the soundtrack, I might be reminded. Did it vanish again? No, it's right here. Alright. Yeah, let me flip through this real quick and try and find the thing that I'm thinking of. There was something that reminded me of the Flintstones theme, believe it or not, but I can't remember where it is. It's not this one, is it? Nah, definitely not. It's gotta be somewhere around here. You know what? I think it might have been one of the ending themes. Yeah, I think it might be this. Yeah, Flintstones would fit in there perfectly. I just have to find a way to make that happen. Maybe if I just add a whistle track to it, it'll work? So yeah, that's 4 ideas already. Wait, did I skip ahead? Hang on a minute. Flintstones, Killing Two Birds. You know what? Yeah, I think I skipped ahead a bit. The other thing I was gonna mention was... Yeah, that's already distracting me. I cannot stay focused while I'm streaming for some reason. What was that last track? I need to write these down, because I'm very much at risk of forgetting them. Oh, right, of course, it's the most obvious thing. Clock Towers Beneath the Sea. Oops. Now, it probably doesn't sound like there's a lot to be done with this, but what I have in mind has more to do with the context rather than the music itself. This is what plays in the Blue Time Rifts, which are just pure platforming challenges that take place in abstract little landscapes floating around in space. Where have we seen that before? That's right, Super Mario Sunshine. So if I can track down the sound font, basically, for Super Mario Sunshine, I may already have it for all I know. And track down, like, the doo-wops that they use in the bonus areas. I might be able to make something happen with this melody here. Yeah, that's something I can check on right now. See if I have the sound font handy. Let's see. It would appear that I do not, but I have an idea of where I might be able to find it, so... Eventually. 64 coins, huh? Wait, that's it? Hang on a minute. I thought I was supposed to get, like, a gold card or something. I tend to forget that this has, like... I don't know if this is real or simulated, but it sounds like it's sampling the cries of a whale or a dolphin or something. Probably... Okay, that's bad. Why'd I do that? I just wanted to bypass him. Leave me alone. Alright, Yoshi, you know what to do. Would it be better if I made a version of this? Like this particular version of the music? Or would it be better if I did, like, the Scooter remix? Oh, shoot. Shoot! No! Oh, that was bad. I did not mean to do that. Alright, guess we're engaging the Hammer Brother now. He actually did damage. And I actually got a Super Guard in. Isn't that something? Alright, so yeah, the scooter variation of this is pretty good too. And it might lend itself better to the sounds of Super Mario Sunshine, for all I know. Because Sunshine had a very bouncy kind of soundtrack. Very energetic. Well, no, it had some good ambient music, too. Yeah, like, yeah, Noki Bay, like... Even beyond just regular Noki Bay, which has some nice calm sounds to it. Percussion notwithstanding, the Deep Sea version is like something that could put you to sleep. That's how calm it is. So yeah, maybe if I splice this, like the sounds you hear here, with the doo-wops of the bonus music, I might be onto something. Yeah, alright. Let's turn the game music back on for a bit. Figure out where I need to go next. Well, shh. Oh wait, it was this! It was this! It was Toodles that has the extra parlor card. These freaking Poshly Heights people, ugh, they're getting on my nerves. And hey, take a wild guess what we're gonna have to do for this. If you guessed more backtracking, more shuttling back and forth, you hit the nail on the head. So again, to reiterate, I don't know why I feel like I need to keep doing this, but this is about what we're in for today, for another hour or so. Not a long stream, not an exciting stream, just getting some stuff done. Having a light chat about music along the way, because, I don't know, that's just what entered my sphere of discussion today. Alright, where does Toodles live? The gaudy pink house. This has to be it. Yep, there you are. Yoshi, what are you doing? Oh, look at him go. Resourceful wizard. I got Aww. I was trying to get Yoshi to do the thing again. You know, I have to wonder, would it be faster if I just took the train again? Alright. Please don't let me regret this. It's technically a direct line to the train station so that we can just go to Glitzville from there. The question is, how many stops is this train gonna make? Oh hey, does this count as a free healing? Because, I haven't brought this up all that much, but my... Yeah, I don't think I mentioned this at all last week, but, I have two stipulations, at least two stipulations to make this game a bit more challenging, since I played through it so many times. The first being, no guarding, only super guarding. And the second was no use of ends or heart blocks. Unless I use an end coupon, so I don't know. I wasn't expecting this to happen. But then again, this is all side questing, sidetracking. I don't know. Maybe because it's so far removed from the main game, I can just accept the free healing. Gotta do a few things to try and make the experience a little more streamlined. Alright, are we good? Alright, that wasn't too bad. Maybe I'll keep taking the train from now on. As much as I love the, like, Bowser sound effect badge, I think I'm gonna take it off for a little bit. Alright, take me to Glitzville. I'm gonna be doing another game design stream later this week, by the way. Wednesday, more than likely, Wednesday evening. Last week I talked about a game project that I've been working on, and how I want to refine the UI, I suppose? The design of the UI? Funny thing, just today, Game Maker's Toolkit, Mark Brown, uploaded a new video about Shovel Knight, and one of the top-rated comments right now, which I responded to myself, was a suggestion to make a video all about menus and UI. And it sounds like an incredibly boring subject for a video, but it is important nonetheless. Like, if you've got a boring or downright confusing interface for your user, it's not going to be a good experience. It's going to drag the whole game down with it. Soon. Kinda need it right away. What could this magazine be, anyway? Just borrowed it as a promoter. Wrestling magazine? Oh yeah, that was also in the news, as of today. Is that, Jim Sterling is moving to, Pennsylvania, I think. Because he, like, got a gig as a wrestling promoter, I think. And that's always been in his sphere of interest. The whole, like, local wrestling scene. Maybe not specific to Pennsylvania, but anything that is smaller scale than the WWE. That's where his interests lie. I always thought it was really impressive that he managed to... Like, what was it? Years ago, he pitched in one of his videos for someone to contact him if they had a surplus of spandex to sell. Someone hooked him up, and he never looked back. He went into the ring as the amazingly flamboyant Stardust, and has just been rocking the ring ever since. This guy thinks just because he has 1 million YouTube subscribers he can just come in here and do whatever he wants. Ah, man, he's actually tantalizingly close to actually hitting 1 million subscribers, by the way. He's only got about 100,000 left to go. If this year turns out to be a good one for him, maybe he'll hit that 1 million mark by this time next year. I wish him the best. The story of Jim Sterling has been a fascinating one to follow over the years. From his early days at The Escapist to the, coming in immediately here, Jimquisition quote. Yeah, I don't know how I got started talking about this, but, oh yeah, we just picked up a wrestling magazine, and we have to deliver it. So that got me to thinking about how Jim Sterling today mentioned that he was moving to Pennsylvania because he got, what did he say? I think his words were, I'm going to be running a wrestling promotion, or something like that. I can't wait to hear the details about that, because it sounds like it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun for him. But yeah, he started out at the Escapist website, kind of started building his character from there, and early on he was a really exaggerated, much more Third Reich-ish character. But eventually it became more like a self-parody as time went on. He became a bit more silly with it, a bit more flexible with the character that he plays. And eventually, he got fed up with the shit that The Escapist was giving him, and started his own stint on YouTube, funded by Patreon. And then the, digital homicide incident happened, in which, game developer that didn't like the negative things he was saying decided to try and sue him for, like, millions and millions of dollars. Boy, what a wild ride that was. They lost, by the way. Well, they didn't lose, but they, like, settled it after Jim's lawyer made it abundantly clear that it was going to go really badly for, the brothers Ramine if they pursued the case any further. And you know what? They still haven't gotten over it. Apparently, they, started a new website, a new, like, blog, in which they, just dug up that old wound to pour more salt into it, and whine about how they, you know, they were in the right the whole time. They didn't... It's not their fault that they filed a spurious slap lawsuit. No, it's all his fault for saying nasty things about our game. Which sucks, by the way. Don't ever look up the Slaughtering Grounds and actually buy it. It's not worth your time. It's a slapdash effort by a slapdash game developer that does not deserve the money. It's plain and simple, that's all there is to it. As someone who doesn't follow wrestling in the slightest, you're only interested in Jim's journey through it and nobody else. Well, Jim Sterling, because he participates in the local scenes, I think that's a bit more interesting anyway, because, you know, these aren't the big-name, dudes in wrestling that everyone already knows, which, at this point, is not even a big list to begin with. Like, the WWE only has a few recurring faces. You got John Cena, you got, like, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, you got Stone Cold Steve Austin. I actually don't even know if The Rock is still wrestling or not. Probably not. That's probably, my memory banks, getting a bit mixed up. But yeah, basically just John Cena and one other guy. That's all you see nowadays. I don't even know who the heels are anymore. They never seem to stick around for more than one match. Alright, maybe I'll go ahead and do this. Mystic Egg, Gold Leaf, Mango. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. So I feel like if you're more attentive to the local wrestling scenes, you'll get a much more interesting and varied cast of wrestlers who can kind of experiment a bit more. It feels like they are a bit more free in what they do and who they are. And I say this with very little knowledge about the, situation. I don't need all that much knowledge, because Stardust exists. Like, that's an absolutely outrageous character that probably would get rejected 10 seconds before it was submitted, if it was ever sent to the WWE. Vince McMahon would just, like, glance at the paper, and then crumple it into a ball and then eat it, because he thought that, Stardust was like a fruit. And he'd be gleefully unaware about the entire situation, no matter how many people tell him otherwise. Vince McMahon is a caricature of a man, and I think he adores being that. Like, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, though. He is a very silly character, but he is also a very nefarious one, too. That is responsible for a lot of less than savory things going on right now with wrestling as, like, a career option for people. It may seem to be all fun and games, but, you're basically expected to pay for everything. You're independently contracted, and that's that. Federation ain't gonna cover any of your expenses. Not even your travel expenses. Oh, and also, you're not allowed to work for anyone else, either. You're an independent contractor, except not really. It's a really dirty playing around with the definition of independent contractor. Right, what was it? Keel Mango, Golden Leaf, and, Egg! Ooh! I have the perfect video clip for this. So, this is a very obscure little meme that I discovered thanks to A Hat in Time. I've been following Raukau playing it on his channel. And he just finished the Arctic Cruise chapter, where at one point you can pass a seal on the deck. That's just holding an egg lying on the floor. You pass it and it just says, egg! Well, it turns out that's actually a reference to a YouTube video where someone just applied captions to this footage of a seal. So yeah, let me show this off real quick. Where's my internet window? Did it disappear again? Yep. Disappeared. Where did it go? I think I'm gonna have to reset the transform on it. There we go. Zip. And zip. I hope I got it on the right mark. For the most part, it's just blubbering. And sometimes going like, ah! But then it does this. it's like comedy gold, this little bit here. I need a clip just of that. Just that one little snippet of it saying, egg. Maybe I'll do that eventually. Oh, that egg. Alright, kiddo, let's play Stump Petuni. Ask me a question, any question you want. There isn't a question I can't answer. Come on. Create an easy question that Petuni can answer. The X not army decorates what room for the heck of it? Huh? What kind of question is that? I don't even get what that means. You have to ask a real question or it's no fun. I think there's like... Okay, yeah, you're specifically asked to create an easy question. So how about Luigi likes which person the most? Okay, she doesn't know that either. I think there's literally only one question that works here. Mario likes which person the most? Mario likes Princess Peach the most. Tee-hee-hee, am I right? Oh, he even nodded yes. Ha! This would be kind of interesting if there was more than one valid solution. Can I go ahead and get a few more of those? It's kind of a rare cooking item. I'm sure we're gonna need some more. Oh, shoot. How far away do I have to walk before I can do this again? I don't know, are you? He sure lets her get kidnapped a lot. It's not his fault. She just, has a terrible taste in security personnel. Or, if you'd like, you can subscribe to the fan theory that it's all just a silly little game that, Peach, Bowser, and Mario partake in every, like, couple of months. And that's why they can so readily swap between, you know, challenging adventures one day and crazy, like, parties and, oh, shoot. Like Mario parties and racing and sports and all that the next day. Alright, I need to unload these ingredients pronto. I didn't want to have to give up that turtle shell, but oh well. At least that one's easy enough to track down and buy. I guess since I'm here, I'll just take the pipe to... Ashley Heights. Or Stockholm Syndrome. Well, Yeah, fan theories have just been, formulating like crazy over the years. I wonder if they're still gonna recycle that, basic plot for the next Mario game. Princess getting kidnapped, or are they gonna do something a bit more interesting? Of course, they could just dumb it down a step even further like they did in Mario Maker 2, where it's, the Toads and also Toadette that get kidnapped instead. If they wanted to do something really crazy, they could make Mario is Missing too. Like, make it an actual game this time, and not like a weird bootleg edutainment title. You know what, there's probably a number of fan games that took the idea of, oh hi, there's new guests on the train. Oh, this thing passes by the ocean? Huh. How are you doing? You don't even recognize me, do you? You probably don't even remember what you had for breakfast this morning. Alright, gold leaf, egg, and mango. There you go, there's one. I can't just give them all at once? Oh, come on. Alright, what are you gonna make with them? Oh, you're not even gonna tell me? Oh, come on! Alright, well, maybe we should postulate it ourselves. Let's see, an egg and a mango. Those could probably... Like, egg is used for making custard, right? So, let's say you make a custard and mix in either some, like, mango flavoring or some actual, like, chunks of mango. And then decorate it with the leaf, I guess? It could be good. Although I feel like it needs a shape in order to really sell it. Maybe it's like a mango-flavored flan or something? Maybe a mango cake? Yeah. If Miyamoto's involved in the next Mario game, guarantee you it'll be the same plot. Yeah. Pretty much. He's not a writer. Miyamoto is not. Some would argue that Miyamoto is the reason why the Paper Mario series has fallen from grace so fucking hard. Time will tell. I'd very much like to hear more from the man himself about his decisions regarding this series. Maybe he'll write a tell-all book about Mario in general towards the end of his life. Not only is he not a writer, he actively discourages others to do so. Maybe it's part of his, like, philosophy. That games should be games, and writing should be reserved for films and books. I very much disagree. I think that, you remember that game design document that I was poring over last week during my game design stream? At one point, the writer for that article was talking about how video games as a medium are kinda, at this point in time, the ultimate art form. Because of how they encompass so many of the traditional arts that we're used to. You know, visuals, visual art, musical arts, writing, the reading, literary arts. And adds a new layer on top of that in player agency. In what the player sees and what they do, and how their actions have an impact on the world around them. The best of the best in story-related games, like that's not a good way to say it. Visual novels? No, not visual novels. Those are usually pretty straightforward. What was that game that Jim Sterling was raving about? Disco Elysium, I think? That's probably like the pinnacle of games as an art form, where you have so much going on and so much can be changed by what your avatar in the game sees and does. Alright, gob. I think I actually had a honey candy before, but I probably ate it. go ahead and check real quick, though. Alright, do I have any honey candy? Or at the very least, do I have a cake mix to spare? I do have some cake mix. Alright, I'll take that. And a bit of this. Hey, you got anything new to sell? I got a lot of money. Nope. Well, since I'm here, may as well check the bad shop, too. We're actually starting to run out of things that we can buy, which is fine. Have I already heard your last story? Oh, well, I guess I'd better finish up Luigi's saga real quick. Well, like I said, it's a really long story, and this part is just crazy, but here goes! Its long tower stands upon a jagged, unclimbable cliff beyond the northernmost sea. The winds whistle down the cliff, howling like banshees, singing songs of hate. People say it's pretty much the scariest place in the world, and I had to go there. Blocking out the bone-chilling howls. This is a fascinating little screen cap right here. It just so happens that in the next Paper Mario game, Super Paper Mario, Luigi is absolutely instrumental in reaching and fighting a dragon boss known as Bone Chill. I don't know, that seems a little too crazy to be a coincidence. You're tempted to think that some people still challenge the games as art argument simply because of their name. Video games. If we called them interactive adventures or something, maybe they'd consider it. I think people just need to get over themselves. Yeah, it's a video game. A lot of people play video games nowadays. There were people back in the day who were saying that, like, films aren't art, and television isn't art. Because they were so preoccupied with things like theater and novels. I think that the stigma will go away with time. Of course, then again, you also probably have people who think that, like, a symphony orchestra is not artistic enough, because they're such hardcore purists that nothing short of a Gregorian chant is going to be artsy enough for them. These people need to get out of their hole in the ground, if you ask me. Alright, Bone Chill. I somehow managed to reach the tower's door. I was terrified, but the thoughts of Princess Eclair warmed my heart and gave me power. Do you even know what she looks like at this point, man? All of my companions felt the same way. They were with me to the bitter end. The door to the tower swung slowly open to reveal an inconceivable darkness. I tried to call out Princess Eclair's name, but I couldn't even breathe because, as I strained my eyes in the darkness, I saw the most terrifying beast of all! The Chestnut King himself appeared before me. He was monstrous and drooling. Puddles of toxic goo dripped from his mouth, melting the very ground at our feet. I couldn't stop shaking, but I gritted my teeth and faced the evil beast dead on. I dodged the king's fangs, jumped onto his chest and gave him a hammer whack. My swing split the air and crashed dead center onto the Chestnut King's skull. Wow. That's like a Link moment, except with a hammer instead of the Master Sword. Hope powered me up, bro. I was going toe-to-toe with the king and I was loving it. This is it, I thought. I can win this. I'll risk it all on my next blow. I gripped my hammer tight and waited for my moment. The tension stung me. Schwack! The ocean winds raged against the tower windows. With that sound as my call end of battle, I advanced with no mercy in my heart. No mercy, Luigi. And then... This is it, Luigi! Oh, I missed my chance for that. I beat him! I defeated the Chestnut King. An even worse beast came next, a nightmare thing. But I beat that one too. I rescued Princess Eclair. It was all over. And then I came back to Rogueport and had a light lunch. And that's about it. You think there's more to the story than that? Eh, not at all, that's it. That's the whole story of the quest for Princess Eclair. The end. Eh, but my adventures won't end here, bro. They'll never end. Well, there it is, and I guess he wrote a book about it, too. Or maybe he hired a ghostwriter. Who knows? That would make sense given all the ghosts he meets in Luigi's Mansion, but shh. Alright, is there anything here that I do not have? Probably the Simplifier and Unsimplifier badges. What else we got? Pretty Lucky P. I'll go ahead and take that. Right, Simplifier, sure. Shrink Stomp. Do I have that? I do. What about Close Call? Yep. And is there anything else that I'm lacking? Let's see. Sleepy, Head Rattle, Damage Dodge, Power Rush P. That might be one that I'm missing. Power Rush P. Unsimplifier. Let's go ahead and get that. Alright, Head Rattle, got that. Sleepy Stomp, got that. And now we get Power Rush P, and I think that's all I need from this shop. Maybe FP Drain. I'll check on that here in a second. We got Super Appeal, HP Drain. Okay, we still need FP Drain. Just barely able to afford it. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Alright, cool. So how many badges do I have left to collect? I have got all but 8. Wow. Alright, I'm pretty sure we're gonna find at least a few in the final dungeon. So I'm not gonna worry about that too much. Probably including the All or Nothing badge, which I desperately want, but I can't have it. Not yet, anyway. Probably a few more we're gonna get from the Pit of 100 Trials. And this thing we're gonna get from the Casino Parlor. And I don't know about the rest of it, but I'm sure we'll find it eventually. Alright, now before I forget, gotta make a honey candy. So I did here and there I've been reading about A Hat in Time and how a number of things that we think are references to Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, they are very much intentional. So you remember how near the beginning of the game, Zesty here was all like, "Yeah, you can't come any closer because I lost my contact lens." Yeah, that's a direct reference that they made in A Hat in Time with that owl that lost his contact lens. And pretty much anything that you think is a reference to this is. Like, they very much were inspired by Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. Specifically, The Thousand Year Door. I actually can't think of much of any references to the first game, or any of the other games. They just have a particular fixation with Thousand Year Door, and that's entirely justified. I've been having a lot of fun playing this year, and we're... and we're not done yet! Still got another dungeon to go through. 2, if you count the Pit of 100 Trials. I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, right. So, yeah. Pretty much the whole game has been a ton of fun up to this point. Except for the areas that have required massive amounts of backtracking. Including this freaking guy who I had to track down yet again and wake up yet again. But at least that's done and over with now. Hello there. Yes. Not at all. Forget about it. Here you go. $20 coins? Well, I guess that makes up for the cost a little bit. Alright, please tell me we never have to come back here again. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and check the shop. And make absolutely sure there's nothing I'm gonna be missing from here. I don't want to have to come back. Shooting stars, ruined powder, maybe. But I already have a few of those, so hopefully I'm not gonna need to come back for any reason. Okay, actually, there may be one thing. Do you get something if you stay the night here? I'm gonna go ahead and check. I know one of them does. Oh, there it is! Space food. Okay, I'll admit, I was getting that mixed up with the first Paper Mario, where you could get a frozen potato by staying the night in the, you know, snowy place, whatever. But this is actually not gonna help me much at all, this space food, because it's already, like, a recipe item. But if you get it after it's already prepared, like, if you don't cook it yourself, it does not get added to the recipe book. As was evidenced before with the couple's cake. So, gonna have to figure out how to make space food. Like, wow, it is one of the least descriptive item names I've ever seen. So how in the world is anyone expected to figure out how to cook it with the basic ingredients? Why would anyone even want to? It's a rubbish item. It does the exact same thing as a basic mushroom they can buy for like 5 coins. Whatever. I said I was gonna complete this game 100%, and I'm gonna stick to that. That's probably what we're gonna do after the list here is completely finished. Well, no, we gotta do stuff at the Pianta Parlor. But aside from that, I'm gonna be trying to do some cooking, probably. Alright, newsletter. Don't know what's up with that. Oh, I have one teensy-weensy little thing to report about my day today. It was something that I did differently than usual. I took a nap. It makes a whole lot of sense for me to do that, considering these are the days when I swap over from a night schedule to a day schedule. And I'm not doing much of anything anyway between the hours of, like, 8 and 11. So why not use that time to sleep? Why didn't I do this before? Well, there's 2 reasons. Actually, well, no, just one reason. And that is that I was afraid of sleeping too long. Like, I was afraid that it would just turn into a full day's sleep for me. And that I wouldn't wake up until, like, you know, 8 p.m. or something. That's happened in the past, but I think I can prevent that. All I have to do is make sure that my room is not at the optimum level of comfort. You know, only sleep with a sheet and not a comforter. Or don't use my fan. Or don't turn the AC on. Stuff like that. That way I can rest a little bit to shake off some of the fatigue that I got from working the previous night. but it won't be so cozy and comfortable that I won't ever want to leave bed. You know, I will eventually want to get up because I'll just be, like, really hot and uncomfortable, and I'll want to just get up and do something. So, I'm gonna try doing that for the next couple of weeks, see how well that fares. And of course, big benefit to that is that I get to stream later into the night with fewer issues regarding, you know, me being sleepy. Seems to be working out so far. Although, like, I'm pretty awake, but my eyes are still a little bit heavy. So, probably I shouldn't do anything too taxing on my mind and my eyeballs. Especially since I spent so much effort today making that Donkey Kong Land thing in that music thing. What in the world are you old people talking about? Going to a youth fountain? Oh no, I have to talk to every old person in the game now. Okay, fine. I'm more okay with that than I am with just chasing General White all over the world. Speaking of completion, you're working on getting rid of your irrational fear of playing games on the hard difficulty. You must never select hard mode for any game, even those you've played multiple times and are comfortably knowledgeable about. For instance, you've never selected hard for either Resident Evil 1 or 2, even though you played both like 8 times each. Well, yeah, you gotta break the mold eventually, right? Gotta spice things up. Spice is the life of life. Or something like that. I thank you, Murphy. They are nice eyebrows. Alright, only 3 people to visit. That's fine. Should I get another leaf while I'm here? Eh. Why not? Yeah, come to think of it, with Resident Evil in particular, don't the hard modes add more than just a bit of extra difficulty to the game? Like, don't they kind of remix the maps a little bit? I could be wrong about that, but that's always interesting when hard mode changes more than just a few numbers around. Here's a pretty good example of hard mode, making a game more interesting. Mega Man 10, and before that, Mega Man... Wait, no, I'm getting confused. Never mind, it was just Mega Man 10 that I'm thinking of. So, Mega Man 10, and I believe it adds entirely new enemy types, and even goes so far as to change the way that bosses behave, depending on whether you're playing on easy, normal, or hard. Like, even if you're playing on easy, you'll notice a difference in how the Robot Masters behave. It's quite fascinating to play through on each difficulty, see what all they change. Hard mode in Resident Evil is called a range mode, and yes, they completely rearrange item locations. Right. Oh, item locations. Well, I thought that they changed the layout of the maps too, but I could be wrong about that. This is even more irrational considering you're fine with games that are hard as hell by nature, like Jak 2 and Dark Souls. Does Dark Souls have a hard mode? Nothing to do with what you're talking about. That's just something that floated through my mind just now. Like, we've already established very firmly that there is no easy mode, but are some people, like, really balls to the wall insane about difficulty in their games and they need a hard mode for Dark Souls? Maybe they modded one in? Wouldn't that be something? Well, back up to 64 coins. That's a lucky number. There's probably more than one item in this game that costs exactly 64 coins. Technically, yes, New Game Plus. New Game Plus in Dark Souls turns up the difficulty significantly. Oh dear. I was half joking about that, but, it's there if you want it, I guess. Although, in my opinion, that kind of invalidates the argument against an easy mode. Like, if they're making a hard mode to you know, cater to fans that want more of a challenge, why not include an easy mode for players that are, you know, craving less of a challenge? You know, purists who were talking about the difficulty of Dark Souls were all like, eh, it's the way that it was intended to be played. Well, what about New Game Plus, huh? You gonna cause a riot over that? No. Speaking from a personal point of view, I think it would have been perfectly fair for Dark Souls to have an easy mode of some kind. Just a little something to tone down the difficulty of combat, so that players can enjoy the, like, challenge of navigating the world. Because, you know, probably the world itself is the most interesting thing about Dark Souls for a lot of people. Learn the recipe in Toast Tea in Petalburg. Please meet me beneath the Charmer's Hut. Alright, this should be the last one. Dark Souls hardcore purists love to say that picking the Pyromancer class is easy mode. Why does that sound familiar? There was something related to Team Fortress 2 that people were decrying as being, like, sinfully easy, but I forget what it was. Because the Pyro is, in Team Fortress 2, is not an instant win kind of class, even if you're playing on an easy difficulty. Sorry, if you're playing against new, inexperienced players. Right? Hang on a minute. What class am I thinking of that's, like... There's a certain class that absolutely dominates low skill levels, but is almost worthless at high skill levels. And it's the opposite for another class the other way around. It's the sniper that's almost worthless in casual play, but lethal in hardcore play. So who is it on the reverse side? Is it the heavy weapons guy? Probably. Pyro easy! W plus M1 herder. Wait. I need to talk to her from behind. Okay. Hey, by the way, can you go ahead and put another charm on me? I'm gonna be needing it real soon. Heck yeah. Extra money, extra EXP, extra damage, reduced damage. Give me all of it, sister. Oh, I just remembered something, kind of funny that happened to me on YouTube recently. I've been very active in the comment section of the people I'm subscribed to, including Vinesauce, and I recently left a comment on one of the Chrono Trigger Plus streams. For those that don't know, please tell me you at least know what Chrono Trigger is. It's one of Square Enix's best RPGs of all time, but I digress. Chrono Trigger Plus is a fan-made hack that seeks to kinda merge some things that got lost in translation between Japanese and English, as well as add in things to the game that were cut during production. So, for example, there were a few items that went completely unused, some lines of dialogue, some character sprites, some locations, even. So they wanted to put those back in the game, make them meaningful, and kinda fix a few things in the English translation. So, most recent stream of that Vinny did was in Zeal, and something that was added in Chrono Trigger Plus was the ability to fight the Prophet in Zeal. I'm not going to spoil anything in case you've never played the game before yourself, but the Prophet has very deep implied links to an extremely important character in the story of Chrono Trigger. So it's kind of a big fucking deal that you get the chance to fight him in Chrono Trigger Plus in a secret area. So my comment was, like, bashing the makers of the hack for using really, really sloppy spelling and grammar. Okay, it's not that bad. It's mostly the grammar that kills me. But the level of writing that they brought to the table was, like, on par with, like, a high school fanfiction writer. You know, you talk to the prophet and he's like, now I can eliminate you and the 3 gurus at the same time, and that's it. And then when you defeat him, he's like, I'll have my revenge one day, bye. And then he just disappears. And I was just kinda facepalming a little bit when I was reading that, because I was like, Jesus Christ, is that all you got? So I left this timestamp and was, like, critical of it, and then a couple of people, like, weren't appreciative of that. And they were like, oh geez, what a fucking grammar Nazi. Oh yeah, I kind of am. This is... and I stand by that. I stand by my criticism, because, you know, Chrono Trigger, kind of an important fucking game. You know? If you're gonna be making a hack for it that expands on the lore and the story and all that stuff that people love about it, I feel like you should be at least a little bit up to the challenge when it comes to, like, writing lines for the characters in it. Another really bad offender was the Reptite Village in 65 million BC. Like, there were no civilian homes for the reptile people back then, but Chrono Trigger Plus added a few in, and right off the bat they were kinda edging it a little bit by making it to where the sprites they used for the interiors were, like, from 1000 AD. Which, I get it, the reptiles were more advanced than mankind back then in 65 million BC, but not that fucking advanced. They shouldn't have modern, like, wood and stone and brick houses. And on top of that, you know, the dialogue they had was just atrocious. Like, as bare bones as you could get. Wish I could come up with a... like, I wish I could just shoot out an example real quick. But, I mean, if it's bad writing, then I'm not gonna bother remembering it anyway. Did you seriously just attack that piranha plant 3 times? It was already dead! Writing a grammar can make important story moments be hilarious at best and underwhelming at worst. Yeah, I think the value of good writing is really underappreciated in modern games. Like, not just from the indie people, but also from the you know, big name publishers too, such as Shigeru Miyamoto. Oh shoot, I didn't quite get him. Now I gotta deal with this. Ugh. You know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna jump on him. Okay, apparently when they're stored up with ice power, they cannot be hurt with a regular jump. So fine, have some eggs. Oh, piranha plant. Piranha plant. So yeah, that's something I myself am gonna have to be very careful of when I get around to writing for my game. Gonna have to... Man, I'm gonna have to, like, do some studying on the art of proper, like, dialogue writing, because I don't want to fall short in any way. I want to spare no expense. Cool, thanks. This was the only place I could think of that had ruin powder for sale, so I just went ahead and got it. So, hang on a minute. What is it we're trying to make? A heartful cake? Happy Valentine's Day, I guess. We're gonna be making a heartful cake here in a minute. So yeah, ruin powder in this game inflicts confusion on enemies. So I wonder, is that implying that this sweetheart cake is, like, made from brainwashing materials or something? It's not that unusual, it's a classic, like, love potion trope. Oh, jeez. Just getting right in there, I guess. Okay, this is entirely too much. Okay, never mind. We got it. I fucking love the fire drive. It's shredded through almost all my flower points so far, but that's alright. Another piranha. Watch it. Alright, so I was gonna say, you want a good example of a great RPG soured horribly by its writing? Just take a look at Final Fantasy VII, the original version. We're going from one topical subject to the next, because Final Fantasy Remake is coming very, very soon. I realized that most of the error there lies with the translators. Like, the translation was just terrible for the first release of Final Fantasy VII. Nevertheless, just goes to show, like, that game could have been so much better if the writing was competent. Well, the translation was competent. Blah, blah, blah. You get what I mean. Well, while I was trying to think of other examples, the very first thing that popped in my head was, you know, Aerith saying, this guy are sick. And that whole back and forth between her and Cloud about, they think that I have what it takes to be a soldier, without ever explaining what it is. It's not just spelling and grammar, it's also world building. Like, don't go nuts talking about things that your player cannot possibly understand at that point in the game. Alright, I really don't want anything to do with this space food. Can I just sell it? That's a decent profit. I'll take it. An important step to learning about good writing is also knowing what bad writing looks like. Knowing what to do and what to avoid. You remember Final Fantasy X's story more than 7's, even though you played 10 when you had very little English skills? Oh, interesting. It's a funny thing, because Final Fantasy VII actually does have a decently good story to tell, it's just... it flubbed a few times along the way. Like, part of the reason why it resonated so much with people over here in the West is because, it was, like, one of the first major instances of, like, marrying, gameplay with story by, like, doing things through the gameplay that made you feel things in real life through the storytelling. That's a little bit weird the way I phrased that, but I think you understand what I mean. Jesus Christ, we have a lot of Piantas to make. Alright, real quick, let me just go ahead and try the boat game. If I blow it, I'll just do the paper game. Alright, chances are I'm trying to get some kind of speed record here. Oh, Jesus. That's a lot of whirly pools. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. It won't be easy. Alright, how'd I do? How'd I do? Minute 30? Or wait, does that mean that I, like... Okay, yeah, that sucked. I don't know how I'm expected to do that any faster. So let's just do the paper game. One of the early examples of why video game character make me cry. Sorry, I just had a flashback to the, did I ever do the tube game? I just had a flashback to that video from, like, the early 2000s about the top 10 most Shakespearean video games of all time, or whatever. In particular, you know, the way Retropre riffed on it. It's just a classic video. Oh, careful, careful. Oh, no! Oh, good, oh, shoot. It's not good. Oh, boy. Wait, we're not done yet? Uh-oh. Oh, this is not gonna go well. Okay, this course is a lot longer than I was expecting. Okay, I could have done a lot better on that. It's alright, that list included things like, I think it actually included one of the Jak and Daxter games with one of the major characters' deaths. But anyway, blah blah blah. We all know how, like, character deaths unfold in RPGs. It's a little bit more to nuanced storytelling than just that. But that's, I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm too distracted by the game. I really want to get a good score here. Do the little bonus piantas, like, appear at fixed intervals, like, in fixed locations? Because if so, I might be able to get, like, a route going. You know, like how speedrunners calculate routes that they're gonna take. I think I could get something like that going with the tube game here, if I practice enough. Okay, slightly better. Let me keep trying. I'm not making any net gains here, but I'll get there. Let's go. So, of course, the biggest, like, accused cop-out for that video was using the entirety of Mother 3 as an example of a sad moment in a video game. Which, I get it. It does tell a very emotional story. But, oh my god, I gotta stop fucking up right there. That doesn't mean the entire game is a sad moment. Like, come on, you sad sacks. Pull yourselves together. Very topical because I'm going to be playing Mother 3 towards the end of this month. Very much looking forward to that. And hey, the topics just keep looping back onto themselves because I'm going to be playing a fan-made hard mode for that particular game. It's going to be fun. This reminds me of the Hamster Ball stages in Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex, except here it's doable. Also short, unlike Crash, where it's the whole stage. Oof. So, like, no checkpoints or anything? Yeesh. Alright, this time I'm gonna be trying to stick to the inner side here. Alright, so long as I don't fall off here, we're good. Alright, we're good. Yep. Oh! Almost got me there. Right, I don't think there's any tricks in this part. Just gotta do it. Also, that one part right there is, in fact, sloped. It's kind of like a quarter pipe. So you gotta hit it with a little bit of speed in order to make it all the way over. Alright, I'm gonna try one more time, but if I can't hit more than 20 Piantas, I'm just gonna go back to the paper game, because that's faster. And it's more reliable for, you know, making profit. There's just certain things that I don't understand how you could do them faster. Like the part with the... fuck. Like the part with the moving platforms. I don't know how you're expected to do that quicker. Like, maybe a really hardcore speedrunner could hit it at the exact same moment each time. Shoot! But it's not as clean and simple as that here, because the tube mechanics are... you know, they're not as, fluid as what you would get in a really solid platformer game. Can't always predict, where you're gonna end up. Alright, yeah, tube game, interesting. Some potential there if you're, like, good at this sort of thing. But I'm gonna go back to paper game. There are checkpoints, but still just 15 plus minutes of that. You know, Mario Galaxy did this sort of thing, too. It had a few ball rolling stages. Oh. Now that is some jamming music right there. Wrath of Cortex, Wrath of Cortex. Yeah, wasn't that the, is that the second game? I can't remember which game in the series that was, but hey, yeah, let's watch this a little bit while I go through the paper game a few times. This is the second week in a row that this has happened, by the way, where I end up like playing Crash Bandicoot footage while playing Paper Mario. Yep, keeps things interesting. Whoa! I love the hub music in that game, by the way. Crash 1 had kind of an underwhelming soundtrack for most of the game, but it got much catchier as the series went on. Wrath of Cortex was the first multi-platform Crash game on the PS2, Xbox, and Gamecube. Oh, interesting. So I was completely wrong about it being the second in the series. What game am I thinking of? Let's see, Crash 1... Crash 3 was warped, wasn't it? So what am I forgetting? Crash 2 Cortez Strikes Back. Well, can you blame me for getting them mixed up? Cortex Strikes Back and Wrath of Cortex sound nearly identical to me. Okay, I might have modified the volume a little bit too much, because now I can't hear the video at all. All I can hear is this, like, bass pumping. Look at him go! Ooh, there's little tilty platforms. Oh boy, I hate those. Oh man, it looks like one of the worst bonus stages from Wario World. I remember that pain very distinctly. Nitro crates, nice. At least the music's good. Sorry, I would pay more attention to the chat, but I have to keep paying attention to the fans here. But chat, you are my fans! No, the big ones. But I'm your biggest fan! Shit. The metal ones. What are you talking about? I'm metal as fuck, bro! I'm your metal as fuck big fan! The ones in this video game which I am playing, I need to pay attention to those in order to make it through. Ooh. So you know how I mentioned that Mario Galaxy has a few ball-rolling stages? Imagine all your frustrations with what you're seeing in Crash Bandicoot right now magnified like a dozen times because you have to do the whole thing with really bizarre motion controls in which you have to hold the Wii remote upright like you're handling the joystick of a oh, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like an Atari joystick. Except you have to, like, move it all around. You have to twist it, turn it, to adjust your speed, and navigate through all these obstacles. It's just a goddamn nightmare. Now, thankfully, you only have to do that twice throughout the entire game. But the second time you have to do it, it's really, really annoying. They throw so much crap in your way. Oh, level's over. Well, it doesn't matter, because we got this bopping music to listen to. Isn't that just Super Monkey Ball? Don't get me started on Super Monkey Ball. I cannot stand that game. Good lord. Yeah, I had that video up still. Let me see here. I'm trying to remember what the name of that second ball rolling stage was. Oh no, they brought it back in Mario Galaxy 2. I forgot about that. Okay, this might be like one of those spoken word LPs. Or not. Alright, somewhere around here you'll see what I'm talking about with the ball rolling. Yeah, definitely a lot of ball dropping. God, imagine Super Monkey Ball with the ball motion controls in Mario Galaxy. That would just be a nightmare and a half. Like, I don't even want to think about a motion-controlled Monkey Ball. Ugh. Alright, seriously, this is the right level, yes? Okay, here it is, here it is. I just realized that I might have been crowding the audio really badly by... Okay, this is clearly not a flawless LP. Whoever recorded this. Sorry, hang on. I just thought of some perfect audio to go along with this. Give me just a second.
I'm on the ball. I'm on the ball.
Are you?
You may have already heard this a million times back in the old days of YouTube poop, but here it is.
I'm on the ball. I'm on the ball.
Are you on the ball?
Wow, what's this?
It's new OxyClean detergent. Get on the ball, and you'll never have to pour or measure detergent again.
So how does it work?
Just place the OxyClean detergent ball in the blue toss and go dispenser. Just toss and go. It stays in your washer while it cleans over 25 loads. Laundry just got easier.
This is all I need. 25 loads. That's great.
That's right. It's so easy, even your kids can do laundry.
Now, how do you know that it's not going to dissolve more than
It's so easy, he says, as this guy fucks up the ball rolling.
Oxygen and detergent throughout your wash cycle, whitening and brightening your clothes. I know what you're
Oh
thinking.
man, this guy's
What
having
about
a
the
real
rinse
hard time of
Watch
it.
this. Ordinary detergent uses lots of suds, but OxyClean's detergent cleans without leaving a soapy residue. I'll put them both in the rinse cycle. Ordinary detergent.
Rinse cycle. Look at this, it's like Mario's going through a lava washing machine.
Rinses clean. A year's supply of powder or liquid take up all this space and weigh over 60 pounds. A year's supply of OxyClean
Jesus Christ.
takes up no space at all.
Oh, right. He's pitching that his product is lightweight. I got that backwards.
This is it. This is the winner.
4 detergent balls, the toss and go dispenser, a huge value and enough to do over 100 loads of laundry for only $19.99. So get on the ball, the OxyClean detergent ball. I guarantee it.
Oh man, this was so much fun to listen to back then. Oh, this guy still hasn't completed this level in the span that we
Call now and
spent.
You'll get a month's supply of detergent free. That's right. I'm so convinced.
Commercial's still going. He has a chance to win it. Can he do it?
It'll change the way
Can he
you
do it?
laundry forever. Just place it in the self-dispensing
Oh!
washer. And
Yeah, good job. Apparently this guy's name was White Khakis. Congratulations. You finally did it.
No more leaky, messy bottle. No more laundry room clutter. Just toss it in and
Alright, hang on a minute. Did this autoplay another Billy Mays commercial?
The toss it.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Alright, hang on a minute. How do you guys remember, like, that video from back in the day? I don't think that it's here anymore. There was a video back in the day of, someone just spamming, Billy Mays quotes while playing Gary's Mod multiplayer. What was the video called? If anyone happens to know what video I'm talking about, please send it to me. I would love to watch it again. Like, I see a few results here in Google, but, well, hang on a minute. This might be it. It had a weird thumbnail, so I didn't recognize it, but this might be it. Right here.
Are you on the ball? It's new OxyClean detergent. Get on the ball. You'll never have to pour or measure detergent again.
It's got that crusty audio level that I love so much.
Over 25 loads. Laundry just got easier. It's so easy, even your kids can do laundry. Get on the ball. Get on the ball. That's right. I guarantee it. For only $19.99. Are you on the ball? What? It's new OxyClean detergent. Get on the ball. It's new OxyClean detergent.
I'm actually at risk of fucking up in the game because I'm so distracted by the video.
You'll never have to pour or measure detergent again. Are you on the ball? It's new OxyClean detergent.
What's breakthrough?
With this fucking Sims music
Are
too.
you on the ball? It's new OxyClean
perfect.
detergent. Get on the ball.
Oh, I remember
You'll
this
never have to
commercial.
pour or measure detergent again. It's so easy, even your kids can do laundry. This formula delivers oxygen and detergent.
This video is over 10 years old, by the way.
Brightening your
This was
clothes.
posted in 2008.
Detergent uses lots of suds. Cleans detergent, cleans without leaving.
By the way, a lot of people have been playing Gary's Mod recently. Like, even Joel on Vine Sauce. And a lot of people on, like, my Steam friends list. I just see it every other day. Someone else is playing Gary's Mod. Was there a big update to this game recently that I'm unaware of?
It's so easy, even your kids can do laundry.
Did they add some new stuff in anticipation for Half-Life Alyx or something? I wonder.
That's right. Watch this.
Watch this. Famous last words.
Just got
Look what I put down.
Yes, it is.
That's right.
That's wrong.
I guarantee it. Are you on the ball?
Oh my god, that guy going nuts with, like, the nail gun back there.
That's right. That's right.
That's wrong.
Right.
That's
That's
wrong.
right.
That's
That's right.
that's wrong.
That's right.
That's far too wrong.
Are you on the ball?
Yes.
Get on the ball.
I'm on the ball.
Get on the ball.
Shut up, you motherfucker.
Oh, it's when people get mad that's it's just the funniest.
That's right.
Yes, that's right.
Like, they have no idea who Billy Mays is, they don't get the meme.
Formula delivers
They're just trying to play the game, and they're sick and tired of this guy's shit.
whitening and brightening your clothes. I'll put them both in the recycle.
You cannot destroy Gary, I
So
mean,
get on the
Billy
ball.
Mays. Jeez, I almost said Gary Mays.
I'm on the ball. Shut up, I hate you.
That's right. Get on the ball.
No.
Are you on the ball?
Yeah, this is making me very nostalgic for Gary's Mod.
Yes, I must get on the ball.
And now that my computer is more powerful than ever, I can probably do some pretty cool things in there that I couldn't before.
Yes, the
Recording video,
That's right.
playing with fancy lighting effects, shit like that.
Care, you idiot.
I guarantee it.
I have hologram tiles.
That's right.
Oh
Get
my
on
god.
the ball.
Freaking
never have to-
move. Let me out or I'm getting an admin to crash the server. I
Things in your washer.
Oh,
God.
oh, that made me lightheaded.
Wow.
Even your kids can do laundry.
Oh, that is so rich when you hear a kid get on the mic and talk about how he's gonna hack into the server and mess your shit up. You better listen to me. I know what I'm doing. I've hacked it. I've played much
Get on the
before.
ball. Watch this.
Watch this.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Oh, the shitty frame rates only make it better. The audio just clipping in and out. Oh, I missed this video so much. I'm so glad that I dug it up.
It stays in your washer while it cleans over 25 loads. Get on the ball.
I almost skipped this video entirely because it had a different thumbnail than I remembered. I was like, nah, that's not it. It's got like a drawing on the thumbnail. That can't be it, right?
The OxyClean detergent ball. Are you on the ball?
Yes, I am.
I guarantee it.
How are you having a phone in your hand?
Rolling 1999. It's patented formula delivered. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's
Oh god, I need to get a soundboard at some point or another.
That's right.
I guarantee.
Just fill it up with whatever kind of random shit I want. I mean, I toyed with that possibility with that voice mod program
Admin!
last week.
Kick him! Finally.
That was pretty fun, if a little bit weird at times, because it triggered when I didn't want it to, while I was just trying to type out, you know, a sentence.
Yeah, that's right. You're right.
That's right.
Yeah, you're pretty right.
I guarantee it.
What to do?
It's patented formula.
I uninstalled that program, by the way,
Detergent throughout
because of
your
two
life
things.
cycle, whitening and brightening
Number
your
one,
clothes.
the free voice changers that you can access,
Watch this.
those change every day.
You You'll never have to
And I think
pour
all
or
of them
make a detergent
have sliders that you can use to modify it.
So buying from you again.
But, of course, if you're using it as a free trial, you can't access any of that.
Watch this. Get on the ball.
And I don't know, I just don't like that. I don't like not being able to tell what I'm gonna have access to on any given day.
Never have to pour or make
Like, I get it, it's a free trial of a bunch of different stuff that you can just mess around with. But for my purposes, I don't want anything to do with it. And the one tipping point, the one thing that made me uninstall it and not look back, was the fact that it auto-launches on startup, and there's no way to turn that off.
Exactly.
Believe me, I checked. I checked all around the settings, there's no way to shut that shit off.
That's right.
Every time you start up Windows, there it is. Not only does it start up and pester you to buy the full version, it also hijacks your microphone and automatically assigns it to, you know, its own personal line out, instead of the one your microphone uses. Now, if you're using it, that's fine. If you're not using it, that is the opposite of fine, and the fact that there's no way to change that to your preference is basically the worst thing ever. So, yeah, get that shit out of my face. Also, I have an objection to subscription-based software licenses. But I've already talked about that plenty. I don't need to... You know what I haven't fucking talked about? Fire Emblem Heroes getting a subscription service. Fuck that noise, man.
Whoever did it, awesome.
Alright.
Whoever did that, not so awesome.
That was the greatest commercial I've ever heard in my whole entire life.
I guarantee it.
Oh boy, I could go on a binge watch of this all night long, but I won't. Okay, I don't think I want anything to do with whatever that video is. Probably some chipmunking going on with the audio. Alright, I'm gonna play this just a little bit more until we get all the piantas we need. Alright, so Fire Emblem Heroes. Some of you may already know about it. It's a free-to-play gacha game, which already makes it a bit questionable as far as, like, the money you put into it. It's always felt a bit icky to me, that particular business model. But now they're, after like 3 or 4 years, they're throwing a monthly subscription onto it that offers you seemingly innocuous perks. You know, you get 2 so-called resplendent units each month, which are old units, like from the first year of the game, with alternate artwork and increased stats. Like, +2 to everything. Now that in and of itself is innocent enough. You know, and it's a free 5-star unit, a free max rarity unit. It's not free. Basically, it's $5 for each of those units, if you want to look at it that way. Because it's a $10 a month fee. So, yeah, it's basically $5 you pay for the 5-star unit. Anyway, whatever. That's one thing. The point where that crossed the line was with new features included with the game's latest update that are effectively paywalled unless you have the subscription. Certain quality of life features, such as a rewind function for, like, story missions. Not the PvP stuff, just the story missions. It does not work in PvP. If it did, that would practically be considered pay to win, but I'm getting ahead of myself here. Other things include being able to bond with more units at once with your summoner character, which gives you a special little background on their art, and also increases their stats a little bit. Ordinarily, you can only do that with 1 unit. With the subscription, you can do it with up to 3. Whatever, that's not all that major. There was one other thing, and I'm having trouble remembering it right now. Because I uninstalled the game, like, at least a month ago, and I'm trying not to think about it too much. I don't want to get sucked back in. I've wasted enough of my goddamn life on that game. Oh yeah, the auto replay, that's the big one. The game, at this point, has so much shit going on at once, week to week, that if you want to, like... This is where FOMO kind of applies. If you don't want to miss out on any of the potential rewards that you could be getting from all this, you have to grind. Like crazy, each and every day. And the auto replay is something that makes this a lot easier. Because there is an auto battling option that you can use, and a lot of people do use it. Some people even set up like auto clicker programs on like emulators or something. So being able to just automatically replay things that you're grinding on for more and more points or whatever, you know, that adds up pretty quick. When you don't have to worry about where you're clicking, just keep on going, just click, 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 click. Let the AI do it all for you. Like, the grinding shouldn't be there to begin with, but a feature that makes it a bit more tolerable would be very much appreciated, but they went and put that behind a $10 a month paywall. That was where I and a lot of other people drew the line and said, no, this is shit. This is a shit subscription. And I'm not going to stand for it. But, that's really only as far as I'm concerned, and what are my opinions? I saw exactly where most of the Fire Emblem community right now stands as far as where their favor lies. In the latest popularity poll, where people vote on who they want to get special versions of in Fire Emblem Heroes, from the cast of Fire Emblem characters, you know, everyone was voting for Three Houses characters. Recency bias at its peak. That's understandable. What's not understandable is with the character Plumeria from the story mode of Fire Emblem Heroes. She was just added into the game like last month. She's had no time to develop her character. Literally, all she is a walking piece of fan service that is implied to be like, you know, a deity of lust or something like that. And that in and of itself is enough to make her like the 9th highest voted female character out of the entire Fire Emblem franchise as of right now. Even though she was just introduced and we know nothing about her, and she's not even a playable character. I guess that's all it takes to appeal to a Fire Emblem fan these days, is just a pair of tits. That's all you need. That's how Camilla appeared in Fire Emblem Heroes 7 fucking times in a row. Yeah, it's about time I distance myself from Fire Emblem. I'm gonna be revisiting it once this year, probably. Maybe next year, but at some point or another, I'm going to be looking at the DLC stuff for Fire Emblem Three Houses, and I'm gonna be using that as an excuse to go and replay certain maps, which I previously failed to archive when I played through the Golden Deer route on stream. So I'll get those gaps filled in, and I'll also record some of the new stuff that was added in the DLC, and that'll probably be the last that I do with Fire Emblem Three Houses for quite a while. I won't deny that the game's good, but it has a certain problem about it. It's the same problem that I had with Fire Emblem Awakening, where you have so much freedom on what to do and how to build your units that it kinda becomes an obsession for a person like me, where we spend way too much time just theorizing and postulating about the potential what-ifs for each and every unit that we have access to. And it ends up taking up so much time that I get burnt out and just say, fuck it, I don't want to touch this game for like another year. Even though I was having fun with it, the options are just too many, believe it or not. And even having said that, Fire Emblem Three Houses is not as bad as Awakening in this regard. Because Awakening has, like, unlimited potential for grinding. And getting new skills and shit like that. You can actually, like, raise... I think with enough grinding, you could raise every character, every stat, every level to 99 in all fields. It would take forever, but you could do it. And I'm not down for that. I just want to play the game, man. It doesn't even make that much sense for you to have so much freedom with grinding in Fire Emblem Awakening. Because there's a certain point, you know, just throwing an example out there, there's a certain point where you're infiltrating an enemy nation across the ocean that you literally have to sacrifice all of your ships in order to reach, so that you can triumph over the enemy navy. But despite that, no matter how deep into enemy territory you are, surrounded on all sides with, you know, only the faintest of hopes of surviving, you can still go back to the very beginning of the game and grind a little bit if you want to. Thanks to the world map. It's completely ridiculous. And sure, it's great if you missed something, or if you want to go back and, you know, buy a certain item from a certain shop, but it just clashes so hard with the fantasy of the world that I find myself kind of hating it a little bit. That's something I'll be working on when I do design for my game. I'm going to be trying not to be too egregious on the options that the player has access to. I don't want to break away from the fantasy of the world that I'm building too hard. Alright, I think that's enough faffing around. I think we have more Pianta tokens than we could ever need, so let's go ahead and trade them in. Being overwhelmed by options is definitely a problem. Borderlands heavily advertises itself on, we have like 999 trillion guns! But I'd much prefer a small set of useful guns that all have places to be used. BioShock is great in that regard. Would you say that any of the Fallout games fall under that umbrella? One way or the other? I'm not too sure, having only played New Vegas myself. Alright, finally, the money badge. Why is that ever expensive? I'm tempted to buy another one of these too, but I'll wait on that. I need to also check and see if I need the power smash or the power jump. Which, at this point, like, power jump is such a worthless badge. Because your powered-up boots naturally give you access to a more powerful jump attack. Why would you ever need to use, you know, the other things? You played a bit of Fallout 3, and yes, had too many things in my inventory and only used a few of them. Right. That's both a blessing and a curse for Bethesda games, is that they, you know, there's so much looting to be done. That it can get, like, it becomes literally overwhelming because of the encumberment system. Both in Fallout and in the Elder Scrolls. Now that hasn't impacted me all that much because I usually just specialize in one thing when I play those games. Everything else I either sell or just get rid of. Alright, did we do it? Interesting. So it's a decent healing item, but it'll weaken your defenses. But if you have 0 defense anyway, does the soft status effect even do anything? I don't think it does. So maybe it's not all that bad. Alright, I wonder what we're gonna get for this. Maybe another star piece or something? Oh yeah, I need to check on the star piece shop. Because, like, we're almost out of things to buy in there. Alright, Merle, here you go. Wait, but I just made it. Wait, I didn't even need to make one! I just had to give her cake mix. Ah, whatever. I needed that for my recipe book anyway. Of which we have barely made any progress. Oh boy. Alright, you know what? I think I'm gonna save the recipe book for another day. I've actually been going, I've been streaming a little bit longer than I expected to tonight, so I should be wrapping up soon. Thank you, by the way, for enduring all this tedium that I've been going through today. It gave me a chance to talk about some subjects that I've been meaning to mention. We still got quite a few star pieces to find. There's also Souls game with character builds. You can be so meticulous about which stats you build, what skills you want to get, which weapons to use, etc. You appreciate the abundance of choice, but it's overwhelming to think about what you want to do for your first playthrough. Ideally, all options should be equally valid in a game like that, in order to prevent a player from feeling like they've wasted their potential by specializing in one thing instead of another. But of course, that is very rarely the case. Well, let's see. What is there that can be done right now? We've done all the Trouble Center quests. Okay, you know what? Let's just look in here. This is what I want to fill in order to call 100% completion when it's called. Badges, maybe? Oh, shoot. I think that might be just about everything for today. Gonna have one last little look around, make sure I'm not missing anything. Like, is that Ratman still there? Has he got anything to give me? Oh, never mind. I don't want to... No. I forgot that this is what happens. Wrapping up with the, abundance of choices in, like, RPGs, subject. The way I'm going to try to approach it is to just put a stern limit on the, number of things that you can branch out into, and the amount of time that you have. Like, the number of opportunities you have to, you know, fill out your skill set and get experience and things like that. And on the flip side, also make the game relatively short, so that you can just replay from a blank slate relatively easily. And just start the whole process over and hopefully have fun doing so. Even Resident Evil 4 has a bit too many guns to choose from. Wow, really? I wouldn't have guessed. Would you say that Doom has... Nah, Doom's fine. Doom just has like a little... Doom has enough guns to fit on a hotbar. That's all that they need to worry about. I think that's the case even with, like, modern Doom games, but don't quote me on that. see. One thing I could make real quick is a fried egg. Let me make sure I haven't made that already. There's a bunch of guns. Each one does something a little different from the other, and it's important to know which gun does what. It makes multiple playthroughs interesting, but the first playthrough, you'll probably just pick whichever new gun the merchant has, thinking it's better than the one you already have. Did they not make that clear, I wonder? Nope. Alright, what else we got here? Oh, that's actually a decent healing item. Got a whole bunch of power punches. Can you use those in any recipes? Let me check real quick. You know, come to think of it, I don't really need the power punches anymore, because I have access to the Crystal Star power lift move. And since that covers offense and defense, it's a much more efficient action to take. So, let me see here. Can't wait to do this all over again when I start playing Bug Fables. That's gonna be fun. Alright, oh, here we go. Now this is helpful. Alright, so there's a number of things that you can cook with Zesty here that do not actually get registered in your cookbook because they are existing items that you can get another way. So a crucial element of this is an item called the point swap, which when you use it on yourself just normally, it swaps your HP and FP. Interesting, a little bit weird. The quirk is that it can be applied to just about any item in the game in order to get some kind of reverse effect out of it when you cook with it. So, for example, you mix a point swap with an earthquake, you get a thunderbolt. You mix a point swap with an ice storm, you get a fire flower. Or, yeah, that's how it works. What else? Oh, whatever. Point being, all these, like, point swap combinations, completely unimportant. We can ignore them for the purposes of filling out the recipe book. So, that being said, let me see if the Power Punch can be used in any standard recipes that don't involve a point swap. No. Alright, in that case, I'm just gonna go ahead and sell them. I really don't think that they're gonna come in handy all that much. In fact, let's go ahead and get rid of the Courage Shell, too. I need my inventory space more than I need the niche defense boost. Not entirely. There are 3 shotguns. First one is standard, second one has more concentrated shots, last does more damage but poorer range. These are starting to sound like Team Fortress 2 side-grade weapons. Like, you know, how the panic attack has a higher rate of fire, but all kinds of stipulations around how it works. Mr. Mini, that's... Yeah, these status effect items probably not gonna be useful at this point in the game. Nope. And Mini Mr. Mini. Which is one of the weirdest items in this game by far. just a little guy that inexplicably shrinks down the enemy. Oh, these are turning a shite profit. Alright, that's probably fine. Let me see if I can make anything just with what I have already. So, like, turtley leaf, what can I make with that? Let's see, can make a shroom fry with it, but we already made that, so it's not important. Super shroom and turtley leaf will get you a shroom roast, that's pretty good. Coup pasta, I need to make coup pasta. But I don't have any pasta handy. Ooh, I can make a Koopa bun, can make a salad. Oh yeah, there's a lot you can do with a turtley leaf. Including Koopa tea, which I'm not sure if I've made that yet. Oh, yeah, I did. Okay. Fresh juice. Have I made that? Yes. Ink sauce. Oh. Apparently the way you get ink sauce in this game is not from bloopers, but rather from hot sauce. Now that is weird. You can mix hot sauce with a leaf or with a fresh juice, and inexplicably you'll get ink sauce. Kinda seems like an afterthought, doesn't it? Alright, anyway, yeah, so the turtley leaf, very useful for a number of different things, but I don't have any compatible ingredients right now. What else? There's 2 sniper rifles. One starts weaker than the second, but can get stronger if you upgrade it all the way, but the second is semi-automatic, so it shoots faster. Semi-automatic sniper rifle. That doesn't seem right for some reason. Oh, there's where my courage shells went. Ooh. Something interesting we can do with this right now. Let's see. How do I make those? Alright, bear with me. I'm working on something here. Alright, Super Shroom, good base ingredient. I'll start with that. Pull out a Courage Shell. And what else? Need one more thing. How about... I'll just buy a Fire Flower. Alright, here we go. It's gonna be a compound dish. Alright, number 1, fire. Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce. Now, first we're gonna make a so-called Zest dinner. It's just a basic, decent healing item, and then we're gonna mix that with a Courage Shell and see what we get. Boom! Alright, and now we take that and just cram it inside a Koopa shell. So what do you think the effect is gonna be? Increased healing? Regeneration over time? Status effect? Explosion? If you guessed explosion, you'd be correct. I'm not sure why, but this is what came out. Whoa. Go on, take it. Hard food made by Zesty. Throw it to attack an enemy. Alright then. Let's see, is there anything useful I can do with that fried egg? Nope. Gonna have to eat that one. What else do I have? Thunder Rage. Nah. HP Drain? Nope. Can't even make that. What about that, cake? No. Alright, back to the shop. Oh, incidentally, how good is that, Koopa Shell thing? Shell. What was it called again? Courage Dinner or something like that? Dinner. Alright. If used in battle, Mario or his ally throws it at an enemy, dealing 4 HP worth of damage. Oh, that's not worth it! I'm getting rid of this thing right now. But first, let's go ahead and take out the other Courage Shell. We're going to be selling that too. Ooh, we do have fresh pasta. Alright, we can make the Koo pasta. And what else? Spike Pouch. Will that come in handy for anything? No. But it might be useful for something in the future, so I guess I'll hold on to it. Jelly. What can I do with the jelly? You can mix the jam and jelly with any kind of mushroom. You can also use it to make a fruit parfait, which is not worth it in the slightest. Mix it with an ice storm. Nah. Ah, jelly candy. That is a ridiculously powerful FP item that you almost certainly will never need. But the option is there. And then got some mushrooms. Have I made shrimp cake yet? Actually, you know what? Just for the sake of cleaning all this out, I'm going to go ahead and just make what I can. So that's going to be like a jelly ultra. And what else? Oh yeah, wasn't I just talking about the hot sauce being necessary for an ingredient? Let's go ahead and take that out too. I was wondering when I was going to have to use this. Alright, just making sure that I got this correct, because I do not want to go out of my way to get another hot sauce for this. I really don't. Alright, get a hot sauce and a leaf. Put it all together, and what do you get? Sorry, I was looking for something. Didn't find it in time. I'll do it next. Inky sauce. 30 flower points! Holy shit, that's actually really good. And it's described as nasty juice. Is there any downside to eating it? Ink sauce. It's described as foul juice. But there's no downside to it. Yeah, it's a really, really good item. Despite how nasty it looks. Alright, here goes. Let's make some ink pasta. Timing was a little bit off, but whatever. Oh, now that's good. That is exactly what I wanted out of that recipe. It's fitting that I finish the recipe book before going into the Pit of 100 Trials. Or try to, anyway. Because we're going to be needing these when we go down there. Brought back memories, did I? Azumagatayo! Genuinely good manga and anime series. I love it. Very wholesome. Back in the day, that seemed like kind of a rare quality for an anime to be, you know, enjoyable, but also totally wholesome. go ahead and put that away. And then we're gonna sell some stuff. Oh man, the selling prices are just so terrible. Alright, what else can I do? I got a... Wow, I have several Ultra Mushrooms. So I'll take some of those. Actually just one. That's pretty much all I have to work with right now. So I can add honey syrup to that. And let me check real quick and see if there's something I can do with the Volt Shroom. Right, you can put it in with a mushroom to make a shroom roast. Ah, that's a good idea. I'll go ahead and do that. And you can also make an electro pop out of it. Oh, actually, that's even better. Okay, is there anything else I can... Oh, yes. Okay. I knew these mushrooms were going to come in handy. So we take out a regular and a super, and we can make the shroom roast out of that. No need to use anything fancy. And we'll save the Volt Shroom to make the electric candy bar with. Oh. Actually, we can go ahead and make the space food now, too. That's a very obscure recipe. Using a very obscure item. Let me make sure it's not used in anything else, though. The item in question is the dried bouquet. The dried bouquet is... Oh, wait a minute. Wait. No, never mind. Dried bouquet is a very strange item that seems to degrade whatever you mix it with. So, for example, if I were to mix together the courage meal and the dried bouquet, it would come out as a courage shell. You know what it is? It's Aries Quirk from My Hero Academia as a consumable food item. And it only applies to other foods. That is so weird. Alright, anyway, the only thing that this does not happen with is with regular items that heal HP or FP. In which case, you get the space food. I don't know why I held out on saying that, but yeah, there you go. So I combined it with a mushroom, which heals 5 HP, and I got space food, which heals 5 HP. Oh, but you know what? There was kind of a funny thing that happened in Super Paper Mario. Space food is in that game as well. And in that game, it's an almost worthless healing item unless you're in outer space, in which case it's like the best healing item. I don't think that happens in this game, but boy would it be funny if it did. Alright, throw some different mushrooms into a pot, and you'll get yourself a shroom roast. There's an anime called Izuken that's been described as an anime Ed, Edd n Eddy. Ooh. Yeah, just based on these 3 characters alone, I'm already getting that vibe. Interesting, interesting. We'll have to see what becomes of this. Hang on a minute. Now, when you talk about an anime adaptation of Ed, Edd n Eddy, this is the first thing that comes to mind. Yeah, JoJo Part 4. Classic. If you haven't seen that, by the way, that is probably the season of JoJo that I would recommend the most. It was certainly my favorite. And now I'm having a hard... Diamond is Unbreakable. How the fuck did I forget that? Yeah, Diamond is Unbreakable. I hear that it was also, Araki's favorite, series to write for. Out of all of them to date. It's just an all-around whimsical adventure in, like, a suburban town. You know, the stakes are not as high. Worst you have to worry about are serial killers. And this being a wacky group of high school students, you bet they get into some weird shenanigans. Also, Josuke is, like... Josuke really is like Eddie, because he actually tries to pull a few scams on unsuspecting people throughout the series. Like, for example, there's this kid named Shigechi, who's like a middle schooler, you know, beneath him, but he has a stand that gathers up trash for him. And it could be more than just trash, it could... any kind of tiny little thing that can be collected. Shigechi was using it to gather up coins from, like, payphones. And he was making a lot of money that way, so Josuke found a way to have him gather up, like, discarded lottery tickets. And they said that if they found one that was a winning ticket, they would, like, split the earnings. And, of course, he squeezled his way into making it a, you know, lean in his favor. I think. I could be misremembering. Okay, Josuke plays a little bit more fair than Eddie. He'll still manipulate you to try and get some money out of you, but he tries to play it a little bit fair. So when Shigechi turns it around on him and says, hey, instead of 50-50, how about I keep 80 and you keep 20? Hey, I'm the one with the stand that collected it all, so I make the rules, okay? Yeah, Josuke wasn't happy about that. It's one of those instances where Josuke speaks English, by the way. It's when he's talking about these crazy plans of his to make lots of money. And he always caps it off by saying, everybody happy! Alright, anything else I can do before I'm done with this mad cat cooking session? I have an ice storm, which will probably come in handy for something. Let's see. Ooh, actually, I can use that right now. Alright, one last go. And also, while I am, like, between tonight and tomorrow, I will compile a list of the rest of the stuff that I need to finish my recipe book, and then we'll get a move on. With the Pit of 100 Trials. Alright, that's actually not that great. I got something that restores HP out of an item that restores FP and an item that inflicts damage. I don't get it. Hey, but at least it sells for a decent amount. Yes, please. Alright, I think this is where I'm gonna call it quits for tonight. Yep, go ahead and save. Wow, I've been going pretty late tonight, but hey, since I took that nap earlier today, I don't feel tired at all! I could keep going all night if I want to, but I won't. So that's it for tonight. Thank you guys for joining me. I seem to still have a slight cough today. I think that's just because it got warmer today and there's like allergens spreading throughout the air, but I'll be fine. I'm gonna go ahead and activate my air conditioner because it's... well, I just said it's really warm today. So I'm gonna go ahead and cool off. You guys have a good night, and I'll catch you tomorrow for some more Paper Mario, and maybe a Hat in Time, depending on how quickly we finish. So, yep, thank you. I'll see y'all next time. Farewell.